Today, we are going to take a look at the tiny plants from the point of view of a mock builder. So there are three things we're going to take a look at. One is what interesting parts and pieces and colors we have in this set that we can use in our mocks. We are going to talk a little bit about the building experience, if there is something we can learn from this Lego set. And we are going to talk about what to do with this build if there is a way to recycle these parts for your mocks. So, of course, we are going to start from the part, and this is a botanical set, so we have a very interesting selection of plants that can be used to create other kind of plants and even underwater sort of sea life. Of course, we have a ton of green. We have all different kinds of green over here, not in a big quantity, but we have 26 parts in the regular green, most notably these big leaf pieces that I haven't used in any mocks yet. I need to find a use for this, and also a few of these angle studs that are very, very useful. I think 5 of them. We have 23 parts in bright green, most notably these candlesticks. You can see that some of the parts of the set is already missing because I use it in some mocks. More about that later on. We have 55 parts in lime green. Most of them are actually dishes, small and big, but we actually have quite a lot of these 1x2 with the 2 holes, quite a lot of them. We also have sand green in this set, mostly goes in this plant over here, and we have 21 dark green. Here actually we are missing all the heads, so later you will see where I use all these heads for. The heads are like this one from this minifigure, but in dark green. And we also have 21 parts in yellowish green, like these helmets over here. So some interesting parts. We also have 10 of these stem pieces with the 6 arms that are pretty useful if you want to build some plant stuff. We also have a couple of fern pieces that are very interesting. Here we have a couple of, I think, cake kind of pieces. We have some butterfly with no prints, but still might be used for some nature kind of mocks. Here they are in purple. We have a few leaves here in lavender as well. But of course, the main bulk of the set is dark orange. We have 228 dark orange parts. Mostly is slopes of different kind, but we also have some interesting part. We have a new type of snot brick, and we have wheels, we have buckets, we have round tiles of 2 different sizes that they can match well together. And with the set also we have a few plates in 10 and dark 10 that are a bit in there underneath that can be useful. Another thing that we can get a lot of in this set is snot bricks. So these 1x2 by, I don't know how you say this. Anyway, the bigger one, let's say, we actually have 20 of those in 4 different colors. Most of them are in gray, in light gray. These usually can be found very easily in all the briquette set, but there's quite a lot of these and are extremely useful for all the snot techniques. We also have, I think, 6 of these ones, the 1x4, but not in light gray. We have them in dark gray. And then we have 36 of these 2x2 in reddish brown. Later I will show where are they hidden inside the mock. And these are also very, very useful parts for mocks. So how the set come together? So the set comes actually in 3 sets of 3, something like the succulents. So when you build, you have 1 small, 1 medium, and 1 big pot, and it's divided in 3. How they come together is pretty straightforward. So for the smaller one, basically is made of 2 big parts. It's the bucket and the wheel, and everything then get back together. And it works quite well to create the shape of the spot. For the medium one, also not very complicated, but they made a good use of all these knot bricks and a good use of the parts to achieve the little bit rounded shape of this vase. But the most interesting one is definitely the big one. So the big one comes in 3 parts, let's say. On the top part, here is where we have this connection again with these reddish brown snot bricks, 2 of them. And in between these slopes, we are going to add these new 1x2 snot bricks with the stud in the middle. something a little bit like a Technic brick with a pin inside. And at the bottom, we have all these 4 legs, let's say, with these slopes, 1x4, coming out, very useful pieces. And then on top of that, we connect with the bottom, which with some achieve a very nice angle, and everything fit very nicely, even though there is a slight gap in between the two. In the set, of course, this is in terms of technique, this is the most interesting part. So how you build the pots, but we have, as usual, a lot of very interesting parts usage in the set. For example, here we have all these, sorry about that, all these brushes. I haven't found a use for these brushes in mocs yet. They're in dark red. If you have any idea, please let me know in the comments. We already talked about the heads that now are missing over here, but in a moment I will show you where I use them. And also we have these helmets, quite interesting part, together with these broom pieces in line that I already use in some mocs. That's why some are missing over here. Now, let's talk a little bit about the use that we can have of these parts in mock, okay? A couple are already built, I already used, you already saw on my channel. So we were talking about those line brooms. One, I already use it for some sort of plant at the base of my Shaolin monk over here that you can find on my channel. This was built for the rock brick. And you saw a few parts also in my CMF 25 series of minifigure. So I'm using again the fern and the broom over here for the Triceratops habitat. And I use the butterfly as a butterfly in the mushroom habitat from the mushroom sprite over here. All of this can be found on my channel, and stay tuned because I just got the Space CMF Series 26 and habitats for those will be coming soon. But now, I also experimented a little bit with all these parts in dark orange. So of course you can use it for some terrain. And you can see here on the left, I also use one of those big dishes as a sort of mushroom setup. So this is for sure something that you can use in your mock. We can use those 1x4 slopes as some sort of terracotta roof kind of thing. Here I did it in micro scale because I didn't want to use too many. You might need maybe 2 sets or you need to order some if you want to make a bigger roof. And I think it would work well even at minifigure scale. I use a lot of this also for a gingerbread build. So here you can see my gingerbread train. This again was done with 101 parts for the Rogue Olympics. And I make a very good use of all the parts from this set over here. Last one, most interesting, is all those heads in dark green that I was mentioning earlier. I use it in a micro scale build. This is the Interlace condo. It's a reproduction of a condominium here in Singapore. And I think they work really well for small trees in micro scale. And if you go and check out the video, you can see how I spread them around. And I think in micro scale, they look pretty nice. Now, what am I going to do with this set? I have to say, it displays very nicely, but I have the feeling that with all these botanical sets, they are very, very good on display. But maybe because they are smaller build, I don't get too attached to them. So I think that after a while, I will end up taking everything apart and put in my collection. And I think it would be pretty easy to do. I mean, maybe if you have a modular, you wouldn't want to take it apart and reuse all the parts. But for a set, less expensive and not as demanding in terms of time, building time, I think is a good solution if you want to use this as a part spec. If you want to get it now, you can find it also with some discount. I will put down in the description below an affiliate link to Amazon, where I think these set go for 20% off. And you can also check out, I think, the for 20% off the dried flower bouquet. Sorry, not bouquet. It's not a bouquet. I don't know what it's called, but the wildflowers. And by the way, I already have a mock builder review for that set as well. And you can find it here on my channel on the right side if you click over there. Please remember to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time for a new mock building. Thank you very much for watching. Ciao, ciao.